Okay, so now we're going to get the tip top in place. What we're going to do is we've got a nice table to work on here. We have a torch for heating up our tip top cement, and of course we have the tip top ready to go as well. We're going to make a mark now with the China marker. What we're going to do is we're going to kind of just now that these guides are all straight, we're going to basically use our fingers and roll the rod blank back and forth until those guides are straight up and down. And now we're going to go ahead and make a China mark about 2 or 3 inches down on the rod blank, just so that we've got a visual reference for where top dead center is on there. Okay, so now we have the rod back in the rod wrapping machine here, and we've aligned the guides so that they're pointing straight up, and our white China marker mark is also straight up. Now it's what we're going to do is we're going to use some tip-top cement, which will remind you of the sticks that you would use for a hot glue gun, although it is a slightly different composition. So don't use just any old hot glue gun stick, but make sure what you have is actually tip-top cement. So at this time, make sure you've got everything ready, because this stuff dries really quickly. And what we're going to do is you never want to heat up the blank directly. What you want to do is you want to heat up the stick, rub some of that melted glue on the rod blank, and then very quickly put your tip top into place. So let's go ahead and do that now, and if we need to do any final straightening, we'll show you how to do that as well. So we're going to go ahead and just heat up this tip top cement, and we're using a torch, which is a little bit severe. You could just use a lighter or a match as well. As soon as that's ready, put your thing down, grab your tip top with your other hand, put a little bit of cement on there, and immediately get that tip top on, and then try to achieve your final straightness just before it dries. Hold it in that place until it does dry. It dries very quickly, so it'll just be a few moments before you can let go of it. So at this point, you're able to take your blank back out of the machine, out of those supports there, put it on a table, roll it under your fingers, and make sure that tip top is aligned perfectly with the snake guides. Now if it isn't, well, all you need to do is get yourself a small pair of pliers, and you're going to need to very gently heat up the tip top, and then with those pliers tweak that tip top back and forth. But be very careful. If you heat up that tip top too much, what's going to happen is you're going to discolor the metal, and that can sometimes be an undesirable result. So at this point, we'll just take our thumbnail and go ahead and just pop off that extra glue right there. We're going to get the glue off now before we check it for final straightness, just so that glue doesn't distract us. And that's how you put the tip top into place. Pretty straightforward. Now a lot of folks will, once the tip top is into place, they will put some thread wrapping on the blank just before the tip top. That's just a personal preference. In the past, when I've had to repair a tip for one reason or another, if you've got a bunch of thread and epoxy right there, it might make your repair job a little harder to do. So I personally do not put any decorative wraps by the tip top. So that allows me to make quick repairs, or even change the tip top out later with a different tip top if I want to. So that's how you put the tip top on.